Welcome again to the Hot Podcast. Listen, you rolled with me last week. Y'all my ride or dies. Y'all done came back again this week. Yeah, pray for Pastor D. I'm glad y'all back again. I am so happy to see you all tuned in on today. Thank you for joining us on today. Thank you for coming again and spending some time with your boy. You know, I ain't see y'all in a minute. Some of y'all ain't been at church. I ain't see y'all in Walmart or none of that. Y'all got to come holler at your boy. Come holler at your boy. So I'm thankful to have y'all here at the Hot Podcast. Don't forget, Hearing Eyes DFW. I'm telling you, if you need a podcast, you need to come and be a part of this studio. I'm telling you, it's awesome. You can see at the bottom of the screen and contact them if you want to have your own podcast. So I want to make sure that you do that. T-shirts are coming soon. The Hot Podcast T-shirts are coming soon. You're going to be able to get your own T-shirts. We're going to have them in black and white. And so I want you to make sure you get your T-shirt and make sure you support the movement. It's the hot movement. It's coming. That's right. You see the fire. It's the hot movement that's coming. Don't forget, we're in the series Money Doesn't Grow on Trees. And so I want to make sure that you are enjoying that series. I also want to say this month, listen, August the 21st, it's a Saturday. All kids 10 and under, 305 East 3rd Street, Lancaster, Texas. Bring kids to get a free new coat. That's what I said, new coat. I'm talking about new, brand new with tags on them. We want to bless some kids. We're doing some outreach. And so we also going to have a barber there to cut some of the boys' hair. So we're going to have a workout person there to do a workout. We're going to have a DJ. We're going to have some gift prizes. So come on through August 21st there at the church, 305 East 3rd Street, Lancaster, Texas. It's from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. It's only 2 hours. And the first however many come and get the coats, that's who we giving away. We're going to be done. So you mess around and come at 12 and the coat's gone. Ain't nothing I can say. I told you get there early. Amen. The early bird gets the worm. So 11 to 1, we're giving away free coats for all of our babies 10 and under. So make sure that you are there. And then if you give, please give to Cash App, Faith Pastor. Faith Pastor. You can see it on the screen, and then you'll see our other giving options. If you give, make sure you put note Hot Podcast so that money can go towards our Hot Podcast. Those of you who gave last week, I'm so thankful for you. You're keeping the show on, and I'm so thankful for you keeping the show on. Well, we're talking about transition. I'm going to give you the last 5, and then listen, next week, I'm telling you, I'm going to have some surprises for you. We're really going to get into it next couple of weeks. We got some exciting people coming that we're going to be interviewing, and so we want you to tune in. I just wanted to break it off and start it off with a teaching. So you theologians can't say there was no Bible teaching. Amen. Amen. Calvin, give me the hot bomb for that. All right. So we're starting with our teaching on transition. And so last week I gave you 5. Y'all want to hear the 5? Y'all supposed to already have them written down, but maybe some of you didn't tune in. So I'm going to give you the first 5. Learn and appreciate the history. First, truth of transition. Develop your leadership gift. Second. Third is die for principles, not programs. Fourth, transition takes time. You got to have some patience. And 5, transition through spiritual renewal. And so this week I'm starting at number 6. If you're writing, I want you to write this down. Number six, I want you to write this down. This is a very important one. When you transition, and follow the Lord's pace, not yours. Follow the Lord's pace, not yours. Follow the Lord's pace, not yours. See, what we have to realize is that when you're transitioning, you and I have to realize that it's not about our pace. It's about God's pace. Everything is done in God's timing, and God has a pace. So in other words, it's not your train that you should be on. You should be on God's train, going at God's pace. Everybody in your life won't get it when you think they should. I don't even know who that was for. I just dropped. That wasn't even in my notes. Everybody in your life, the light won't come on when you think they should. You have to realize you have to go at the Lord's pace, not your own pace. Last week I talked about this, and this is really going to bless you, because many of us are cursed with comparison. I want you to really ponder this. To be successful, you have to avoid the curse of comparison. You have to have a level of patience to change what you've been in for years. In other words, sometimes you need to shake some things up. Many of you watching right now, the reason why your life is stagnant is because every now and then you need to shake some things up. I want you to write this down. Before we go on to the next point. I want you to write this down because there is an organizational life cycle I want to give you that God gave me. It's 5 of them. Number 1 is entrepreneurial. ENTREPRENURIAL. Entrepreneurial. Number 2 is emerging. Number 3 is established. Number 4 is erosion. And number 5 is enterprising. I'm going to break it down for you before we go to the next point. Every life cycle in an organization have the first, which is entrepreneurial. Entrepreneurial means all of us start off with an entrepreneur spirit, wanting to own things, wanting to control things, wanting to start things, because we entrepreneurs. But then secondly, when you have entrepreneurs and you start something, the second thing is emerging. Emerging is when something has some momentum and is going up. NASA said the most energy it uses is on takeoff because it has to create enough force and energy to take off because it's fighting gravity. That's why for many of you, it's in the emerging stages where you spend the most energy. And it's in the stage where you start something where you get the most tired, because it takes so much energy to start something that it almost wears you out and you think you can't finish. So the life cycle is entrepreneurial, emerging, then establish. Establish is when it's grounded, when you have a foundation, when you kind of settled, when you kind of stable a little bit. Establish is that time in the relationship where you know that's your girl and she knows that you're her man, and y'all have established that it's a relationship. Kind of stable. But then watch out, because after established, I'm telling you, write this down. This is what messes up is erosion. EROSION. Right next to that, stale or old. See, relationships, jobs, careers, gifts sometimes become stale. Sometimes becomes old. And it's in the erosion stage that sometimes you got to shake some stuff up. You've been with them so long that you know what they're going to say before they say it. That's erosion. And sometimes you need to shake some stuff up. You've been on that job so long that you already know the person that's going to come on that's going to get fired, because you know they ain't going to last long. That's erosion. There got to be something that where that's stale and old, where you got to shake some stuff up. Then the last one in this organizational life cycle is enterprising. See, enterprising is one that's gonna bless you, because enterprising is when you go from established and you go from erosion to you enterprising to it's flourishing. You see, that's what you want for every organization. That's what you want for every church. That's what you want for every relationship. That's what you want for every career, is to get to the enterprising. Enterprising is where you make the most money. Enterprising is where your brand grows. Enterprising is where you're the most seen by the right people. But let me help you. If you go from entrepreneurial to emerging to establish, How you skip erosion is by shaking things up. I hope I ain't miss you. I hope you don't miss it. I hope you don't miss it. How you skip erosion is by shaking things up. See, many of you, you don't get it already, and many of you, you're so comfortable, you're so stale, you're becoming so old that you don't know how to shake some things up. Some of you need to try something different just to get out of the same mind frame. Well, Pastor D, I don't eat oysters. Try it. I don't eat sushi. Try it. I ain't never did the bungee jumping. Try it. Y'all try it. I ain't trying that. But try it. You only live once. And sometimes you have to shake some things up because you're in a transition season. And God is saying you will never get out the boat to walk on the water if you're scared to walk on water. It's a transition. So number 6, follow the Lord's pace, not yours. This is number 7. Expose yourself to models of your future. Oh man, I hope this blesses you like this bless. Expose yourself to models of your future. What do I mean? Okay. Let me help you. You have to go where you want to grow. So you don't have a business, but you want to start a business. Go to the business you want to start and become a student of that business. Before I started this podcast, I was telling Elder Shelvin Mason and Kelvin here, I was telling them that I've studied podcasts for almost 4.5 years. Watch different podcasts because you have to expose yourself to models of your future. So you want to start something, but you don't want to expose yourself to it. You don't want to go see it. You don't have to go to a conference. You don't even pay to go to another city to see it done a different way, because you can expose yourself to a model of your future. And what you got to do is start investing into your future and realize what's in front of you is something that you need to get to, because God says, I need you to see it so you can be it. We're talking about transition. So the question is, in this new season, what have you exposed yourself to? What have you exposed yourself to? What have you watched that was different? What have you listened to that was different? Who have you talked to that was different? What mentor do you have? Who is pouring into you? Listen, remember this: whoever has your ear has influence. We're talking about exposure. Expose yourself to models of your future. This number 8, I only got 2 more after this. Told you only got 10. It's the 10 truths of transition. Number 8 is get comfortable with turnover. Now let me talk about this, because I'm gonna talk about it from a church perspective, because when I started at the Faith Church, we was only maybe 11 to 15 people. First year we grew to over 150 people in the first year, and what happened was we had turnover. Well, some people left. Let me help you in your life. Attrition is always necessary. This is what God told me. I hope you hear me. Never beg anyone to stay who want to leave. Never beg anyone to stay who want to leave. Commit to reaching the lost, not pleasing the found. That's what God told me. Commit to reaching the lost, not pleasing the found. And a lot of times in church, we're so busy trying to please those that have already been found that we miss committing to reaching out to the lost. But I just stopped by to tell you, in this next season, the Faith Church is going to reach the lost. We don't care who with us, who not with us. We going to get those that are lost and people that are found. I ain't got time to please you. I'm going to get those that are lost. If you down with me, just put in the comments, listen, I'm down with your Pastor G. Let's go get the lost. Because many of you are not comfortable with turnover. and people leave you and you chase them. Listen, a healthy body lets go of waste every day. Do a hot bomb. Do a hot bomb, Calvin. Did you hear that? A healthy body lets go of waste every day. The way you know you're healthy is by using the bathroom. Look at somebody say, let them go. Well, look at somebody else say, let it go. The reason why many of your bodies are so filled with is because you don't use the bathroom and you don't let it go. And you got too much stuff inside of you that don't need to be, too much waste, too much stuff that don't need to be. And God said, listen, in this next season of transition, I'm going to make sure you attrition and make sure some of the people and some of the waste inside of you and around you, I'm going to tell you to let it go, and you're going to have to let it out, because you're not healthy unless you let go of waste, let go of trash, let go of fat, let go of calories, let go of sugar, let go of bread, let go of anything that doesn't do your body good. And God says that's the way your body is healthy, by letting go of waste. I don't even know who that was for, but listen, you tuned into the hot podcast, the right podcast tonight, because I'm telling you, tonight you're going to realize that they left, they gone, and you're going to leave them where they at, because you got to get comfortable with turnover. You got to get comfortable with people coming in your life for seasons. And listen, you need to tell them, listen, I don't even hate you, baby. I'm not bitter. I'll help you. I just don't want you in my life. I understand that your season is up. I understand that you were here for a time and you did what God has called you to do. And I thank you for being obedient. But in this next season of my life, God is not taking you where he's taking me. Jesus on the Mount of Transfiguration only took 3 of the disciples up. He didn't take all of the disciples up because he had to go up and change on the Mount of Transfiguration. And the Bible teaches us, because that text is tailored to teach us, that everybody can't handle when you change. So God is trying to transition you and change you. And he says, you're trying to bring too many people with you, and they can't handle when you change. Get comfortable with turnover. I got a run clock on the wall says that's all. That's number 8. Number nine. I'm telling you, this is going to bless you. The 10 truths of transition. Number 6 was follow the Lord's place, not yours. Number 7, expose yourself to models of your future. Number 8, get comfortable with turnover. This is number 9. I hope this is blessing you. A lack of integrity kills transition momentum. A lack of integrity kills transition momentum. A lack of integrity, I got to say it again, kills transition momentum. Let me help you. Let me help you. The Bible says your gift will make room for you. But always remember this. Integrity will keep you in the room that your gift made you room for. Integrity would allow you to keep what your gift allowed you to get. And a lot of times in this life where we're living, we don't talk about integrity. Personality is your perfume or cologne. Integrity is how you really smell. And God is saying, what is your integrity like? You walking around talking about you got swag. What's your integrity like? Because integrity will kill transition momentum. You a man on your job and you think you got to hit every woman on your job. I mean, you're not going to leave nothing for nobody else. You're a woman that's in a family and you think you gotta talk about everybody else's business. I mean, you're not gonna have no integrity. God says, if I can't trust you, I can't bless you. And one thing that will kill transition momentum is integrity. I teach my daughter, I teach Raven this all the time. I said, listen, just like my parents told me, there's many things I can deal with, but I can't deal with you lying to me. So therefore, you can do something wrong. Just tell me the truth. And God says, listen, integrity is when you do wrong, you tell him the truth. Integrity is when you do wrong, you apologize to somebody else. Integrity is when you do wrong, you admit you did wrong and not lie and not try to cover up and not try to have an insecurity, but say, listen, I've fallen, I fell, and I did what's wrong, but I understand that was wrong, but I have integrity. So listen, I'm ready to be forgiven so I can stand up. I hope this is helping you today. It sure helping me. This is the last thing, and I'm done. This is the last truth of transition. The 10th truth is don't let being a good person make you a bad Christian. Okay, all right, y'all didn't like that. Don't let being a good person make you a bad Christian. See, many of us walk around saying we good people. Yeah, but you're a bad Christian. well, I'm nice sometimes. The Bible don't say be nice sometimes. I forgive sometimes. I love sometimes. See, some of us are good people, but we are bad Christians. And God say in this season of transition, I'm not calling you to be a good person. I'm calling you to be a good Christian. I'm not calling you to be a great person. I'm calling you to be a great Christian. I'm not calling you to be a great person. I'm calling you to be a great servant. And he said, don't let being a good person make you a bad Christian. You're in a season of transition. What are your morals? What are your Christian values that you're going to uphold? We're living in a world where you can do what you want, how you want, to who you want. And God is saying, listen, you may be good because everything good is not God, and everything God is not good. And what you need to know is that the devil knows how to present good to you when he's trying to hide God from you. He'll give you something good because he's trying to hide God. And what you got to do is learn how to put good on the side and say, if it's not God, I don't want it. I don't care if it's good. I don't care if it feel good, look good, taste good. If it ain't God, I don't want it. And many of us in our lives, the reason why we couldn't transition from good to great is because we've been settling for good and not God. Hope this helped you. I hope this blessed you. Next week, I'm telling you, next week, this is going to bless you. Next week, we have guests coming in next week. Don't forget to tune into the Hot Podcast. We have finished our 10 Truths of Transition. Take these truths down. Watch last week. Write this down. Give it to somebody. Share it with somebody. Go on our YouTube, Faith Channel links to subscribe right now. I'm telling you, this going to bless you. I'm telling you, this is going to be something that you need. Don't forget to give. I'm asking everybody, give $25. Come on, each person, give 20. Some of you can give 50. I'm telling you, y'all balling like that. Keep us on right now. We don't have many people watching right now. We need you to share this to get some viewers on. I promise you, I'm telling you, every week, come holler at your boy. Every Wednesday, 6 p.m., the Hot Podcast. We're going to have Bible studies. We're going to talk about dating. We're going to talk about relationships. We're going to talk about kids. We're going to talk about the world. We're going to talk about politics. We're going to talk about church. We're going to talk about it all. And so I want you to tune in and come on in to the Hot Podcast. Make sure you invite somebody. Make sure you give to it. Make sure you watch it. I have a video coming up right now that you need to watch. I'm telling you, this going to bless you. So make sure you watch this video. Then I'll come back and we can get out of here.
Good morning, Faith Church family, friends, and online audience. I am Deisha Lee.
And I'm Cornella Lee. And yes, we're sisters.
Yes, we are. We're here to share an exciting announcement with you guys today. We are embarking on an exciting time of the year, our pastor's anniversary. We'll be celebrating our pastor's anniversary on September 19th at 11 a.m. and a 3 p.m. service also.
Now, we have one of the most giving pastors on this side of the earth. And
Yes.
not only does he give financially, he gives his time as well as his support.
Yes.
He does it all. And we are grateful for that. And I appreciate it. Just think about this past year with COVID, how he gave so much of him no matter what.
Right.
Whether it was raining, whether it was snowing, whether he had to drive 45 minutes to a studio just to give us the word. He makes sure he did just that every Sunday.
He did.
Whether he was the only person in the church recording and also recording multiple services, at one time after working a long, hard day,
Right.
prior to recording those services. I appreciate it all. The text messages, reaching out and asking how the children's doing. And I know if he did it for me,
He did it for me.
Absolutely. And he did it for everybody else at the Faith Church too. So we want to celebrate him just the way that he loved on us 365 days a year.
Right.
So we're asking that every adult contribute $125 for the pastor's anniversary. There's multiple ways to make this payment. Electronically, you can send on Cash App. We have Zelle and also Givelify. Just please make sure that in the memo section of those ways of paying that you put pastor's anniversary so we can allocate those funds just for that. And if you're here in the church today, then you definitely can raise your hand and ask for an envelope.
Right.
And we can get those to you. And again, just make sure that in the memo section you put pastor's anniversary so we can make sure we allocate those funds for him as well. And this year, the colors for pastor's anniversary is going to be gold and black.
Gold and black?
Yes. You know, the New Orleans Saints. And of course, he's from New Orleans.
Oh, yeah. You know, they celebrate in a big way down
Absolutely. And that's just how we want to celebrate him this year for pastor's anniversary. We want to celebrate big just like he deserves to be celebrated. And we're going to just do just that.
Right.
And, you know, we have 11 Sundays left leading up to pastor's anniversary. So you have 11 Sundays to make that payment of $125. And you can do it in full or you can divide it up between those Sundays. And again, the service is going to be September 19th, 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. And we hope to see you there.
All right. I hope y'all going to come and be a part of our pastor's anniversary in September. It's the third Sunday, 11 and 3 p.m. I'm telling you, we're going to have church that Sunday, 11 o'clock. My boy from New Orleans is coming, Moses Gordon. And I don't know if you're not from New Orleans, you don't know about the Moses Gordon lineage or legacy. But his daddy and grandfather, they were one of the baddest preachers in the history of New Orleans, and he is too. And so he is coming that Sunday at 11 a.m. And then another bad Negro is coming at 3 p.m., Dr. Marcus D. King in DC3. And listen, I can't wait. Y'all come celebrate with me. You can watch or you can come. Make sure, amen, you bless your boy and give something to your boy. If I have been a blessing to you in any kind of way, don't forget to return the favor. Listen, in this next season of transition, don't do one-way relationships. Make sure it's giving and receiving. I'm thankful for all of you who have already given. Thankful for all of you who will give. Thankful for all of you who will turn in. And I'm blessed to be the pastor of the Faith Church. Well, listen, that's it. Clock on the Wall says that's all. Hope you'll tune in next week. Over the next couple of weeks, we may be 30 minutes. We may be 40 minutes. We may be an hour, depending on how good it is. But I hope you tune in and stay tuned in. I promise you this will bless you. Don't forget to make sure you subscribe to Faith Channel Lancaster. Don't forget to make sure you watch us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Sundays as well at 11 a.m. Don't forget to give to us. And if nobody told you this week that they love you, listen, I'm Pastor D, the hot boy. I love you. Be blessed.